Hey again.
Hello.
We just keep having these jury meetings, huh? It's great.
I know. I know. Did you watch Tribal last night?
Yes. It was nice to see Alex's testicles finally dropped and he was able to speak up for himself. I was actually up until this point, I kind of lost a little respect for him with the double cross he pulled on me, but it was like a proud parent moment when I saw his nuts finally drop and he was able to speak up for himself and start making things right because I fully think he thinks he's a target in this, and I think he's doing his Hail Marys and his death throw penance now because he knows by what he just said could very well be his demise. That's why I think us outspoken people got hushed first. Because
Yeah.
they couldn't have two loudmouths in the group and
Yeah.
fucking do
Yo,
that. Oh
There he
shit.
is.
what up, Jerry?
Hey.
How y'all doing?
What
Good.
happened,
How
Doc?
are you?
Lost my shit, man. Were
You
y'all at the
did. I
tribal?
watched it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely lost my shit, man. But it honestly, it's been really rough being teammates with Alex and Elizabeth this whole time. They've been just like lying and scheming this whole game,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's cool
Alex
for the
called you
that's
out
cool for the
though. Alex
that's
called you out last night.
bro, but he lied, bro. That's the thing is like he's lying.
Dude, I'm so glad. Like just watching you guys starting to eat each other. It was funny. I get them, and it was fucking hilarious. And now that we're out of game and we can just chat. I just want to hear what Dodd has to say and Meg has to say instead of Patty what he has to say because I'm super interested in your guys' stories. Even though
I mean, I didn't realize how big of a wave I must have made in the small portion of the game that I played because I have never heard my name come out of so many people's mouths so many times. I'm still a topic of conversation. I've watched every single
Right,
tribal.
right. Still.
I just do not, in my heart of hearts, think that I was the biggest target and Q got out the biggest target in the game. Like I think I played a similar game to everybody else. I made a bad move.
yeah, and
Yo, Q has been the smartest player this whole game. Real shit. I mean, she used the power of propaganda. Like you weren't the scariest player, but she painted you as that. So then the whole
Exactly.
game was like, all right, everybody on Team Cleaners is a huge threat. So then out goes Rayleigh, out goes you, out goes Jake, almost like back to back to back to back. And it's like, yo, like y'all don't understand. Like this is like Q's power is doing this. Like she is the power player to watch out. Like she's been talking about on the chopping block for like 4 or 5 tribals, but
She's
she's in
still
the
there.
top. She's in the top 5 with everybody in their back pocket.
Do you
So
think that Hassan really voted for Jake?
I don't know what the fuck Hassan did, man. I think he's confused. I don't know.
I
I
was
don't. I don't
very
know.
interested in the comment that he made that he voted for Jake because he thinks Jake did me dirty. So I would really like to know what Jake did to me that was dirty because I didn't see it on my end, but I'm like, was I being played this whole time?
No,
hey,
I
I
mean, I
don't.
guess
I
it
we
doesn't matter because Jake's out, right?
honestly
So
don't. Honestly, don't know what Hassan was talking about. I got to be honest. I really don't. I
yeah,
don't.
I
Like I think
I
he
think
meant
he
to say.
talked
I think
gibberish
he meant
to
to.
like,
I think he meant to say that like you did him dirty because he felt that like you left Jake on an island when you left that one time.
but then why would he vote for Jake because of that? That
I
doesn't make
don't.
any sense.
I don't know. I think he was lying about his vote. I don't know. They lying. They lying, man. They lying. That's
so
cool. I mean, it's the game, right? Like at some point you're supposed to lie to somebody. It's just like it
yeah,
for me. Like I got really upset because like I started from day one with a certain team, and that certain team has been deceiving. Like Alex didn't get the reputation, Elizabeth didn't get a reputation of being deceitful for no reason. Like they've been lying and deceiving people since day one, and it
But
sucks.
and I
Because, like
don't
it
mean this.
sucks for me
I
because
I
they
don't
were my
mean this
number.
in a bad way, Dot. But I mean, uh, as far as I knew, you were working with me and Jake.
For sure.
So were did you really have like Team Dunn's back?
So yeah, as much as I could. So they knew that. They knew that I allied with you. Of course, Elizabeth knew because she was with us and I was defending y'all to the death. And I was telling Jake, like, leave Elizabeth alone, telling Elizabeth to leave Jake alone so that we can focus on Q, right? Al's the same thing. And what gets me is like we'll have these meetings where it's like Team Dunn or die, right? Like anything we can do for Team Dunn. And I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do? What's our plans together? And we would discuss things, and then we would decide we're going to vote somebody out, and then they would just do something completely different. When they decided to vote you out, that's not what we discussed as a team. So like actually after that happened, I went to both of them. I was like, yo, if you want to vote against what I think, that's fine. Like y'all are your own people. Let's work together. Like we're a team, right? Like if let's decide something, and then let's execute because there's power in numbers in this game. But then we decide we're gonna vote out Q again, and then out goes Jake. And I'm like, yo, like my own closest team. That's like if you and Jake were like splitting votes. Like, why are me, Elizabeth, and Alex splitting votes? Like we started on the same team. Like Q and Dee Dee have been voting the same person people the whole game. Like, why is my team the only team that has no like loyalty? That's why I was kind of like, man, I'm kind of like over working with these people, and
yeah, I get it, and it's kind of hard not to. Hi. It's kind of hard not to pull emotions into this because you can look at this game from two different perspectives from my end. Okay, and hear me out. First of all, when I was casted for this role, I was asked what my greatest personality, my trait was. So so I played the trickster. My goal was to turn people on each other and play jokes and try to be the funny person. Meg, what was yours, and Dot, what was yours? Because I'm just curious because this has really helped me map the whole progress of this game out. A couple times I was wrong, and Dot, I took some of the things you guys did personally, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought you were lying a couple of times, and it doesn't matter to me because we're all people outside of this game, and whether or not I get pissed off in game or whatever, I've had to struggle. I've had to struggle with my own ego ever since this is, it's not about how intelligent you are. It's not about how savvy you are. It's about who you piss off and vendettas and who they think is the biggest threat to them moving forward.
Exactly. But that's how I got screwed because I never pissed Q off. I never had a conversation with her. I never worked with her. She never came to me and was like, hey, I think you're a strong player. I'm a strong player too. Like, let's join forces. It was she threw me and Jake under the bus in that first merge conversation we had when she was like, you all are handing them the game. They're the strongest here. And if they're on the jury, they get my vote. That immediately put the biggest target on my back.
Here's the wait, hold on quick. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker that Q told me yesterday before the vote. Q and Elizabeth have been working together since pretty much day one.
that was like common knowledge.
I didn't know that. Like Q is Elizabeth was one of my closest teammates, and I didn't know that. So all these times we were like teaming up to vote against Q, Elizabeth is making secret plans behind us. Like Elizabeth got scared of you early in the game because she knew there were team cleaner members on our team when we split. And then she probably went to Q and was like, hey, let's take Meg out because she was scared of you. So I do think that Q and Elizabeth like worked together to create this narrative of let's get out Meg so that we can get out team cleaners. And that's what happened.
So, I mean, Patty, to answer your question, like I came into the game wanting to be a very loyal player. I wanted to build. So
what was your title then? What was your title? I understand your loyalties and where they lie. What was your title or whatever role you're supposed to take moving forward? That's all I'm curious about.
I don't think I had a title. I was never asked to give myself a title. So
okay, I get you.
Word. I don't. Yeah, no, I don't remember. I don't remember like.
Maybe if I did, I would have had a different strategy.
but I know what you're talking about. Like we had to do like the intro thing for this game. And what I said that I was going to do when I was playing this game was really be myself, which is somebody who like tries to work with people. And then when you build your alliance and your loyalties, like you stand strong. It's power in numbers. So
Yeah.
I wanted to ally early and work together and like make it to the end with a strong team. Like that was my plan, and that's what I did from the beginning. Like I had my team done people, and I had Meg and Jake, and that was my squad. And Patty, like I like you're not alone. I 100% like have a big ego hit when I got eliminated last night. Like it's kind of been messing with me for the like ever since they voted out Jake. Honestly, it's been messing with me because like people honestly had like my closest people have been lying to me behind my back. So it's
Yeah.
really been messing with me. But I just want to say like I hope that it was nothing personal like with me voting you out or me taking a vote to vote you out. It was because Q was my biggest threat coming at Meg
Yeah.
and Jake in my squad. So I had to weaken her team, which I thought was you, Q, and Dee Dee, and I don't consider Dee Dee a threat. So at that point,
No,
like
she's
that
Susie
was my best move.
Homemaker. Her and Elizabeth are kind of a lot alike in that respect. They don't play it too aggressively
Mm-hmm.
up front. They're more sit back and they play the oh I'm shocked that this happened, or they're very even keeled, which kind of makes me suspicious because you can't operate without emotions at one point in this game or another. I have truly struggled with my own ego, my own anger issues, my own prejudices, my own just overall ignorance about the whole situation. So Dot, I wanted to love you and hate you at the same time. I don't know you personally. When I was growing up in the neighborhood and stuff, I had a lot of friends like you, and I'm just like, is he a liar? Is he fucking playing the game?
Right.
And I've been trying to pay attention to all the fucking cues, and I told Meg, I said, Dot, I think Dot would sell his grandma's kidneys if he knew he could get ahead. So
Man, you know what? There's some people that are close to me that may say that. Just
and
because, like, I do love to win. I'm a
yeah,
huge fucking competitor. Like,
Me too.
I pretty much will do anything to win. So, like, in that
yeah.
regards, um, but but I really was trying to like stay as close and loyal to like my people as possible, and I was trying to play an honest game. Like the thing that really happened for me is like Meg and Jake made an alliance very early in the game, right?
Yeah,
And then I had
yeah,
They
and
too.
then right and I had an alliance with my team Done People. So like by the time that we had the merge, the only people that I had not even had a conversation with were like you and Q. And
yeah.
then when Q jumped at us, I was like, all right, well then Q and Patty are our enemies. It's just like it was kind of by
Uh,
default because there was nobody left, and I thought that you were on Q's team,
See, for
So
me, I
I
didn't
was
even
I
know,
wasn't trying to
Patty,
be
that you were
deceitful.
my enemy until you were my enemy.
yeah,
Like I really didn't know where you stood. I felt a little weird about the one-on-one conversation that we had, but I felt like when we left that, you were like, you know what, I'll think about what you said. And I really thought, okay, maybe he will think about it, and maybe this is a lane that I can go down until I can't go down it anymore. If we can bring Patty over with me, Jake, Dot, Hassan, let's get the numbers on our side and let's get out the queue of the Elizabeth. I didn't know you were buddy buddy with Alex. Alex was kind
Uh,
of a target of mine from the beginning, but all of a
Alex
sudden
pulled
it was like there were words at tribal, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not working with this guy.
no, and that was a role I was trying to play. I wish it would have transpired differently. It just how we all get involved in it and just go into character and
Yeah.
I've had to step back several times and say, Jesus Christ, I'm a fucking asshole. It's just like I'm holding these grudges too hard and they're not even real. And these past couple of days watching your guys' tribals, it's like watching a football game. You're like pissed off at one team and you're fucking, cheering for the other, and you're just like all emotional. And the more and more I get into this, the more and more I figure this is like to destroy me, destroy whatever I got going on in my head.
Yeah, I mean, it caused me a lot of stress after I got eliminated. I mean, I was really upset. And then I started getting in my own head about things and second guessing loyalties that I thought I had and conversations I had with people. And I mean, literally would just be like laying here in bed that night, like, fuck, I should have never gave Jake that switch of vote. That was my one game move. I should have held on to it. But I cared so much about showing my alliance some sort of loyalty that like I'm making this move because I have to, but I'm not trying to screw you over. I'm trying to give you something that maybe could help you since I'm not going to be there to vote. And I cared too much about what you all thought, Dot and Jake, that I screwed myself. If I would have had that switch of vote, Q would have gone home instead of me.
And you know, like one quick thing, and I'll let you have the floor, Dot. Alex really fucked with my head. He pulled that double cross, and I used to pick up hitchhikers because I have a truck, and I would carry them where they need to go. And if they said they needed to go 20 miles, I just drive them and sightsee. Right now, it's like every time I see a hitchhiker, I see Alex. You know, it's like this guy's gonna be nice to you, and he's gonna fuck you, man. So
I mean,
you
he's
know,
playing the game. He knew that I was calling him out for being a liar, and that's why he was like, just be honest, you're lying. And I'm like, bro, like, come on, man, like, come on, bro. Meg, like, I mean, you're a better person than me because I wouldn't have given away my card. I don't think it was a bad move. I think it was an awesome move. I think it was the most awesome move that I saw in this game. And like, and it really,
it did what I intended it to do. I just, in 2020 hindsight, wish that I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, like when it really solidified my loyalty to you. Like, and it had been getting more and more solidified over time. When I saw that, I was like, man, she's for the team. Like, that's the kind of game I'm trying to play. I want to build a team and I want to dominate, you know? So I think that strategy would have worked really well, except we didn't have very many people like me and you. Like, I think Jake was all up for the team as well. But outside of that, like, Elizabeth wasn't rolling with this. Alex wasn't rolling with this. Hassan, a little bit, you know? So if we would have if we would have had people more with like personalities, like I hard like Q or like Dee, where it's like, yo, we're a team and we're gonna stick together no matter what, then I think it would have worked fine. But the deceitfulness crept in.
I think you're partially right because you know we're all gonna have to eat each other at one point or try, you know, to get ahead and be at that point. And how it transpired went a little bit differently than I anticipated. But another thing I thought too, you know, it was just like my only heartburn with last night's tribal is Q tried to take the credit like she orchestrated taking you out, Meg. And that was that sat wrong with me because she was shocked what I did. I sacrificed one of our team members to, you know, in essence, to crack the pot that you guys were in, right? And it just bothered me. She took credit for that, which is fine. It's all about the gameplay. And you know, if I could have did it differently, I would have just used probably cue cards and let you guys read that shit off and just played it safe the whole time and be like, I can't hear you, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
I think I tried to be too much like myself. Like in real life, like I'm a social worker. I live my life to make sure that other people are taken care of. And I came into this game thinking that I could do that and also be savage at the same time. And the emotions took over.
Dot, what do you do, man? Dot, what do you do? I'm curious, man, because please tell me you're not like in organ harvesting or anything bad like that.
No,
tell me you're like
sales,
awesome,
man.
please. Okay.
I'm in sales.
You are so a salesman.
Right. Like I'm actually the VP of sales for a small company. And I have been for the past year. Before that, I was a sales manager for a long period of time. So I'm all about like the team win. I'm all about like you know, my people under me making money and I'm making money. We're all making money together and us like working together to like hit goals so we can all make money. So like that's just kind of who I am. That's why I fit well in this sphere. And like that's why I played the game this way. Like I knew, like you said, we all have to beat each other at the end. But like it's kind of like a life belief that like we can win by like working together. We don't have to like tear each other apart to get to number one. Like we can elevate, like, you know, we can work together. So so I mean that's just me, that's my personality. I was trying to play honestly. And I'll say, talking to y'all has made me feel a lot better because I've really been in my feelings this past 48 hours, man. I've taken this really personally. And like, I know, like, you know, Elizabeth and Alex aren't my friends, but it's like a feeling of like a friend stabbing you in the back. Yeah. And it's like, you're looking back and it's like, man, were they ever my friend? Like,
no. And I mean, I know what you
all
mean,
this shit. And it's like, it's, you know,
I've been in that too. but I feel like I can't get myself 100% out of it because every time I go and watch Tribal, it's like Hassan's like, oh, I voted for Jake because he did Meg dirty. And I'm like, whoa, what do you mean? Like, I still don't know. I still have so many questions, I guess, about how the whole game was played as far as like, did people do what they told me they were going to do and all of that. So I'm not 100% out of like my feelings with it yet.
And I agree, and I would like to, now that I'm looking both of you in the eyes, I truly think it was an honor to play with you and get to know people from across the country, because this COVID-19 thing's been a real fucking brain fuck for me. So I really want to thank you two for kind of melting those barriers that I had, because that I wanted to hate you, but you know what, man? And Meg, I wanted to in game two, and now that I realize that you guys are just like me in your own little way, and we're just people trying to fucking make it and survive, and
Well,
it's
if we
comforting.
ever come back to play a returnee season, the three of us are.
Yeah, let's go. Let's team up. Let's team up, real shit. And if Alex and Elizabeth in that shit, I'm gonna fuck their shit up.
No,
I'm not
I
like
just
none of this
thank you
Mr. Nice
for
Guy, be nice to everybody shit. Like I'm gonna come out these dates like you and be like, you know what? Fuck Elizabeth, fuck Alex. From the jump.
thank you for restoring your faith in me and in you, because it was like I wanted to hate you guys all at the same time, but now it's just like, fuck, man. You know, I'm the asshole, and you guys are just trying to be the same asshole that I am, but I'm holding you guys accountable for being assholes when I've been an asshole the whole time. So it's just like, it's a brain fuck, man.
I
It
mean, I
totally
wanted to
is.
hate you too, but our first jury conversation, I left that and I was like, he's a super genuine person. Like, you were completely different in this setting than you were in the game. So I can separate the two of those personalities,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta work on I
We
haven't
all
made a
do.
separation yet. Yeah. But, you
We
know,
all do, because we're sold. We're sold on who we are, and it's not. It's so stupid.
So let me ask you guys, if Q makes it to the final two, does she win?
I think we vote as
well,
part of the jury.
we decide, right?
No, I mean, I know, but like, do we vote for her?
I honestly, not because she started on Team Rona. Don't even take it this way. She's played pretty fucking hard, and it's been. I don't know. It could be our opportunity to throw an upset. I don't fucking know what to think. I'm gonna
Yeah.
step back
Yo.
out of my head. I'm too far in my head right now, but it's whoever deserves it, man. And I want to put that past it. Who do you think?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I honestly, I feel the same. Whoever deserves it. The only people I'm not voting for is anybody on Team Done. Like I'm not voting for Alex. I'm not voting for. They don't deserve to win this game, in my opinion. Especially not Elizabeth, with the lies and her inability to really win or provide much value to this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think
they
deserves
have
that. I
been
don't think she
they
doesn't
are
have the
top two
social game.
shadiest people in this game, like hands
Yeah.
down. They do not deserve to win this game. I personally I feel like Q has played the best game. Like
Yeah.
she's used power, and I've been against her this whole time. Like she's been completely direct and honest, and she's been able to be honest and still been able to stay alive and get her points across. So even though I didn't like it, like 95% of the game, I respect the hell out of her. Like y'all don't know this yet. I guess y'all see when the show came out. Before the tribal, I actually went to her and like was like, yo, like Elizabeth and Alex, they're bullshit. Like I would rather team up with you if it's not too late. Like I know I've been going to get you all game, but like I can't work with these people. And she was honest and was like, hey, I'll consider it, but I can't promise you that. One, because I've been working with Elizabeth this whole time, and I can't count on her at that point. And I was like, so like I'm supposed to be best friends with Elizabeth, but like Q just told me something that like my best friend hasn't told me this whole 3-week period of time, you know? So like I respect the fact that she's like a hard player. She made it this far, and she did it by being honest.
Yeah.
And
So we think.
Yeah, or at least loyal to her squad. She hasn't turned on Dee Dee or anything. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.